H. I get it.
Got it.
I got it as soon as I read her name because in Final Fantasy I had a friend named Mr. H and he spelled it similar and I'm like, it's H, I get it.
Oh, they said
Way over my head.
They said
they called him Z and he's like, oh, one letter, just two. Because he said it's his first name starts with an H and that's where he got it from and he always tries to guess his name.
That's
not
funny.
knowing that it was actually
There was an actual, Nexie said there was an actual contest for catching, like, the errors, and the winner won a DeLorean.
A DeLorean? Wow,
that's crazy.
So what were the errors?
I'm sure it was spelling or,
okay, were they factual errors?
Do you remember, I was going to say, it's probably factual errors. Do you remember when, what was that movie with Fry and Lilo and... Futurama. Do you remember Futurama where Fry goes to the pizzeria and they've got it trumped up to be this crazy Holocaust thing where they bake people and beat them with the pizza flipper and so I'm sure, I'm sure 60 years into the future some things have been lost in translation, so I'm sure there were plenty of errors that they just
Oh my gosh. Let's see.
I did think that H or like somebody entered H's private secure chat room though, going back to Mrs. Foxy's question. I thought somebody was in there that wasn't supposed to be in there though, but didn't really think much of it afterwards.
It looks like there was a URL hidden in the hardcover or paperback versions only, so that's probably why we wouldn't have noticed anything.
We're all virtual. Yeah. Us and our Kindles, our Kindle
It's
apps.
a very nice DeLorean, though.
Oh man, that would have been nice. We kind of talked about PvP earlier, but I'll go ahead and ask for some people that weren't here earlier. I guess this is kind of a no-brainer, but some people live on the edge. Would you rather be hanging out mostly in the safe zones or the danger zones? Would you be okay being in the danger zones? Because I'm like, when I play MMOs, I hate going into PvP. Excuse me.
I definitely would have been in a guild just because I am a social butterfly and must be with other people.
Numbers.
Yeah, safety in numbers. So I would have taken my little group. I'm always tank type, so my husband probably would have been the healer, and we would have just grabbed a couple of DPS and went on adventures doing quests and things. So you gotta take the risk, or you're never gonna get anywhere.
That's true.
I'm so excited because now I know what all those terms mean because of that article that I had no clue what a tank was. It's just not those aren't my kind of games. I'm not very good at them. So
what was?
Like what a tank or what DPS.
Yeah, Tonya doesn't usually do. I'm trying to convert her over to the MMORPG eventually.
I can't get my fingers to hit the buttons.
Honey,
they just don't want to work.
You can use a mouse or a controller with most of them now.
Well, yeah, I could start with a controller. That's how I started.
A controller. You could start with Star Wars. The Star Wars MMO. It's free to play. You can use a controller on that. It's actually a lot of fun, though, because it's kind of like a platformer, because you've got little hidden items that you get to jump around and look for. That's fun.
I want something where I can play, or I can have a pet dragon. That's my goal. So I need a game like that, and I need to learn how to play it.
Actually,
it's never going to give me a dragon, so I might as well just
the Final Fantasy XI MMO, if you played a Dragoon, you got a pet dragon that followed you around and did stuff.
Ooh.
It was fun. Unfortunately, that did not carry over to 14, but it was still fun.
Okay, I don't know what Miss Fox is talking about because I didn't finish the book.
Love.
You have to read me the question because I have to get close to read it.
When at the end of the book they all meet at what's the game master's name?
Ogden.
Yes, they meet like in his real life home, and so H tells God, what is his name? I'm horrible.
Whose name?
Wade? The main character. Wade.
Wade Owen Watts, whose initials were WOW. Yeah, that was not lost on me.
But H tells him like, "Oh, I'm like not who you think I'm going to be," and he ends up turning. He's actually a girl, a black girl, and
H is
who's
not only
a
is she a black chick, not only is she a black chick, but she's a lesbian black chick.
Yes.
All right.
And her mother, that's how she wound up in this RV traversing the United States, was that her mother kicked her out when she was 18 for being a lesbian. And after her mother telling her, your avatar should be a white guy because everybody's just too prejudiced, and yet I'm going to kick you out of the house for being a lesbian.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Hello, irony.
Yeah.
Yeah, I apologize for those that we're getting in late. I didn't finish the book, but okay with spoilers.
Yeah, the big reveal, that I was very surprised. You know, he's like, I don't look like my avatar, and Wade's like, okay, who does? You know, except for Artemis apparently. But yeah, he wasn't expecting that.
Okay, here's a question: would you make your avatar look just like you? And if you didn't, what would you make it look like?
One of those sexy slutty bots.
I'd like to make my avatar look more like me, but I think that I'm also very fond of elves, so I would probably look like me, but an elf,
A drow.
taller, thinner, good with a bow.
A drow would be amazing. A dark elf, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, that would be cool. Except, especially being that we're women, because you can be very powerful drows, but
I don't know what this says
I
about
don't think
me,
I'd ever want to be a male drow.
every time I make an avatar, and I don't know what this says about me, I go the opposite way. Like I know a lot of girls that go like super like kind of sexy, bad A, like I'm gonna kick some major butt. And then there's me, and I like making avatars small, like short, cute, little, like tiny, look like innocent, like they can't really do any damage. And then I like making them like big DPS and like totally kick your butt, so that when you look at them,
when
like,
they rip your face off.
yeah, they can't really do anything. They're just like a little small. That's how I always make my avatars. They're just like cute, little, innocent, you know. And then they end up like killing me. I don't know
So
why.
Do you did you guys
She'd be
ever
a
watch
gnome,
Galaxy Quest? Did you guys ever watch Galaxy Quest?
Yes.
Yeah.
When they get to that planet and all the little cute ones, they're like, oh, they're so cute. And then the red shirt guy was like, did you guys even watch the TV show? They're going to turn into something horrible any second now.
Yeah, exactly. Daria. What were we saying? What's Daria again?
Daria was a TV show on MTV in the 90s.
Oh,
about a chick
yes.
with
Okay,
big
with
That's
glasses.
glasses.
awesome.
Yes. Okay, yeah. Bra, the guy. Hey, how's it going?
I think I'd make myself look like a sixer. Just to make
Really?
Just to make fun of them horribly, I would just wear the outfit and just be like, you guys are retarded. No, not really. That'd be terrible because somebody would probably shoot me on sight and look at my name later.
Nexie said, I hope I don't tweak anyone's nerves, but something that drives me nuts with games is what the exact same armor looks like on a male than what it looks like on a female. Yeah, that's
You don't want a metal
sensitive
bikini?
Yeah.
See, I don't really mind that. I'm kind of just like, whatever. I have big boobs on my avatar, so it looks good.
I think I'd rather have the ability to choose. I would, if I could customize my armor, like it had like a slut meter, that I could adjust. That would be nice.
Right.
I used to play Perfect World International PWI, and I loved it how you could like control the bust size and like the hip size, so you could customize with how innocent or not so innocent you want your character to look.
What I like,
enjoyed it.
I like where the glamour system and the transmog system in WoW and Final Fantasy kind of help with that. So you can have your big bulky armor, and then if you want to make it look like a bikini, then you're free to do so.
And WoW, like I love the pants they have, but then like it'll be really slutty, and then there's like this big metal crap just all at the top. I love that.
It's like totally random. right, we have a few new people in the chat. Let's see. I don't know where they came from, but crazy faces.
Welcome, new people.
Baka Hanma. I can't. I'm gonna butcher all y'all's names. Art, Ponecode, and Bra Bra the guy making weird.
I think that's
faces.
Archon.
I do have another question. I'm gonna try to keep it we're gonna try and not get all political here, okay? Because we're anti-political. Let's try to stay within the book. Oh, someone's calling. Where am I hearing that from?
Hello, Moto.
Yeah, that's not me.
Oh, okay. Well, it might be. I'm playing Monster Cat in the background. It might be the song that's on right now. Anyway,
Monster Cat.
Anyway,
you play the most interesting games.
No, it's dubstep in the background. Music, so we have a little bit of music.
You listen to the most interesting music.
So he talked about in the beginning, which I thought was so sad. He was talking about in the beginning of the book getting bullied and stuff, and then once he got to be in virtual school, bullying wasn't there because it was a non-PvP zone. What did y'all think of that? I thought that was pretty cool. When he was it's non-PvP, so the kids couldn't beat each other up, and when other people were yelling at him, he just muted them. So
I love the mute option. God, I want that in real life so bad.
Yep. I do love the mute option, but then on the flip side of that coin, that completely removes any kind of social interaction that you might get and how to deal with those kinds of situations. So in real life, you would be completely unprepared because you cannot mute the person in front of you. You would just stand there like a deer in headlights and ignore them, and then they hit you.
Yeah,
because you're ignoring them.
Yeah, that's a really valid point.
But I really thought that was cool how they were it's non-PvP, so kids can't beat each other up. I was that's pretty cool.
That is really cool, but I also think that kids should be given an opportunity to work it out for themselves and learn those skills.
Yeah, I'm with Sharky. I wish I could mute people in real life. I'm done listening to you. I'm going to mute you.
My kids, for example.
Oh, my cat wants to say hi. Come here, baby. We just put her soft paws back on her tonight because she was missing it. You want to show everybody your soft paws?
How often do you have to replace those?
Every 4 weeks.
I don't even know what that means.
They're little rubber, they're
nail coverings.
Yeah, they're little rubber nail coverings because I don't want to declar, but she's she'll destroy everything if I don't do something
cute!
about
They're
it.
pink.
So I just ordered some purple ones, but they're $15, and this is off topic, sorry, but they were $15 and they've lasted forever.
Are they a pain in the butt to get on?
Not on her because you can see she'll just sit on her back. She's really docile. So if you have a cat that isn't and is kind of crazy nutso, then it might be hard.
Gotcha.
But on her, they're super easy to put on. It only takes a second.
So you just need to know your kitty.
Yeah. But I think the only thing I ever heard from anybody was my oldest sister was I gave him a break. I'd give her a month break so that you didn't like fake nails on people so you didn't get fungus or something. I've never had that problem though, but anyway, sorry, off topic.
It's all right. The internet is obsessed with cats. I don't think anyone minds.
Let's see. Busty said the mud games I mentioned earlier had an option to toggle pop for a character, so you had a chance whether or not to even engage in pop or not. Don't see that much anymore. I guess I'm unfamiliar with what we're talking about.
I feel like I just lost my nerd card there.
No, I think that's a PvP engage. That if you don't want to engage that person in PvP, then you don't. Then you do not have to. You can set it to where you have the option as to whether you would like to engage or not.
Oh, okay.
Which is true. You don't see that anymore. You either go to a battlefield where it's allowed, or you go to a zone where it's allowed, but
Oh, what, this would give you the option, like, even if you were in a PvP zone, to not be PvP?
I'm sure that nowadays there are certain areas where you would not be able to turn it off, but then if you were just wandering around, oh yeah, he's right, PvP
PvP.
autocorrect.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought it was.
Ow, my cat is like freaking out.
We figured it out.
I'm like, Pop, it might be a word that I just don't know yet. I think it's time for my cat to have a timeout because she's being a little butthole.
You give your kitty timeout?
Being a little butthole.
I like that you give your cat timeout.
A little timeout out of my lap. She's a lap kitty.
I wish my cats were lap kitties. They just hide and
She's
run away.
She's an odd one. Normally, I've had
Mine
other
only
cats.
want anything to do with you if you have food.
Yeah.
I don't have cats because I don't need anything in my house that requires more attention than I do. It would be a battle, a constant battle.
Let's see. Well, I think usually we usually try to do about an hour in here. Did y'all have any other questions or any other comments? Things you thought were cool or didn't like about the book? I know that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Nope, I'm sorry. You can go ahead.
I was just going to say that our runner-up book was Alter World, and I wanted to have that. I wanted to have that read too, so that I could discuss it a little bit. But like I said,
I think it's pretty evident that we can only commit to one book a month.
I didn't even know there was a
discussion,
second.
And some of us, not even that.
I swear I was going to have it read. My gallbladder said no.
Usually I have them both read fairly quickly, but this month was so busy, and the kid turned 2 years old. Actually on Friday he turned 2, and
Happy
that was a lot of
birthday.
planning.
Yay!
We got him a bike. Okay. Yeah, so that was a lot of planning because we're going to have 2 parties because there's a lot of elderly folk in my family that don't want to travel the 2 hours to Charlotte.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, double planning. Woohoo!
Yay!
Yeah. Oh man,
Yeah.
one birthday is hard enough.
Miss Foxy, yeah, we were talking about that earlier. That it's we definitely those that watch Sword Art Online definitely got a feel of that. That's a great show too.
Yeah, Riley's been getting me to watch that, and she gets mad at me if I'm like on my phone answering questions or anything, but she's like super giddy about it, and I'm just not like that. I it's funny because like Kinu, is that his name? Kirito. And what's the girl's name?
Asuna.
Okay, like they were supposed to kiss, or she's like, that's where everybody wants them to kiss, and I'm like, oh, okay. Like, romance to me nowadays, I'm married, like, it's romantic if he like does the dishes for me or does the laundry. I'm not really falling for the dreamy eyes crap anymore. You know, please go clean something.
I can't stand when they lead up to it, and then it never happens. But in Sword Art Online, it actually does happen. They actually have sex and get married and stuff. So I was like, okay,
they got married.
progress.
They have
Progress, yes.
Because I didn't see that. Like, I was like, okay, we're gonna get married in the game, and now we have a house, and now we have a kid. So I was kind of like confused by that whole part, but
Oh, well, it wasn't their kid.
Yeah.
It was girls.
yeah, they adopted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good though.
Oh, sorry. I hope you guys have all seen Sword Art Online. We're ruining
I'm
it
on the
all.
second episode. It's okay.
We're ruining everything.
I'll forget. It's not a big deal.
Okay, I've got one more question. If nobody else has any other questions, because they were talking about like all of mine have to do at the beginning. I'm sorry because like I said, I didn't get to read much of it, but in the beginning, like when he was at school, he was talking about all the kids had their different like interplanetary like vehicles. If you could have one, because he was saying he couldn't afford to have one. If you could have one, you could afford to have one in the game. What would you have? Like any like geeky vehicle in there?
Whoa. Does that include?
I should have given you a heads up. I thought about it.
Does that include a Gundam? Because that would be awesome. That's what I would pick, definitely, as some sort of mech that turned into a plane.
That would be really awesome.
That's what my son would say.
That is what.
Hey, I mean, it's versatile, right? If you don't like somebody, you step on them, and then if their friends come, you turn to a plane and leave.
I think I would have to pick that one, or he would disown me as his mother.
I think I would probably have a collection of them if possible, but I would definitely go for, it would either be the Star Trek Enterprise ship or Han Solo's the Millennium Falcon. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, it would be one of
Enterprise
those.
Would be nice.
Oh, the Batmobile, that's a good one. I'm going to have to say the DeLorean, that's another good one. I'm going to have to say Serenity just because I love Firefly so much.
Yeah,
way
I
back,
don't know what it's called, and it wasn't like a great ship or anything, but from Star Wars 3, Padme's ship. It's just this little ship, but I think the thing is, I can't drive, so like anything that would just be mine, like small enough for just me, yeah, that would be fine. I could totally do that.
Busty says he would like to have a party bus. And I think I would be okay with that.
Oh God, you know what? I would have a Serenity, and then I would like to have like some kind of giant cat mobile that like meowed and farted rainbows.
Oh my God.
Just ride a unicorn.
I just need something random.
Do you guys remember the part where he was talking about the whole the fitness, like
the treadmill?
Well, it was before that. Like it was like this fitness app you could do. Like you would have to work out.
Yeah, you can't log into the game till you work out. Yes.
I can't remember exactly what he called it, but would you do that? Like I thought that was brilliant because he would say, you know, I would always been heavy, but I had to do this in order to log into the game. And at first I hated it, and you know I could opt out of it after 2 months, and I just decided to keep it. And I think that was a really great idea because even I used to work out more when I had my Wii Fit hooked up. Because I'd be sitting in my living room like running in place, and I'm running on the island, and you see all your Me's that you've made. Like, that resemble all your friends, and you're like, "Hey, there's Beth. There's there's Beth. What is she doing over there?" You get to like running with your friends. So I thought that was really cool. I love those kind of.
I think
any kind of game that's going to make you get off your butt and exercise is probably the only way I'm going to do it.
It actually would be very effective because I mean most of these people were akin to crack addicts, and you see what they'll do for a fix. So. To have to do something, you know, positive to feed your addiction is that's okay.
Yeah, I would probably want to do what Nexie says is to be able to exercise in game. I think I would use that a lot more than like before logging in. That would be
because
fun.
he had the treadmill thing, so when he was running to a destination, he could actually have the option to run.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
I didn't really understand what was the point of the treadmill if he was sitting in his chair the whole time.
I think since it was attached by hands, that it would just tilt you and drop you basically onto the ground, so that because you know you're still aware of your person outside of the game, so you know you'd kind of. Or maybe it would suspend you in some way, or I have no idea. He wasn't very specific on the mechanics of that.
Yeah, he wasn't. And then he said, you know, like it would turn, like you could sense if you were going to turn, and the treadmill would turn accordingly. But so I thought it was really cool because now you're physically, participating in the game. But then he said something about that chair, and you just sit in the chair the whole time. Like, it confused me.
It was confusing at the end of the book as well, because if you remember, Ogden's chairs were all in spheres. So instead of a treadmill, you actually had like a hamster ball that just continuously turned and moved with you. And I wasn't quite sure how that would work either, because what if does the chair know that, okay, I'm going to sit my butt down now and it needs to catch me? It was really cool concept, but he didn't seem to flesh it out very well. Like he didn't know himself how it was exactly going to work, so he just kind of left it vague.
Let them worry about that in the future.
Let them use their imagination to figure that.
So if they make this into a movie, y'all gonna watch it?
Definitely.
Yes.
I would watch this. I don't know that I would go to the theater to see it, but
Really?
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not really a
Maybe.
theater cat either with a toddler, but I would definitely watch it.
I'd try to make it to the theater if I could to see this one, I think. Just because it has so much nerdy like references in it.
It'd be
Yeah.
fun to see them and to
Yeah.
hear.
You know, I think it depends on who they cast, though. I'm kind of one of those people that I need to like.
Yeah, who
the
did
cast.
you see in the roles?
I don't even know if is it a done deal that they're making into a movie.
Yes, Steven Spielberg is directing it.
I looked it up on IMDb, but they have like no actors picked yet. There is no information on it at all, so I don't know. So
I was just happy that Steven Spielberg's directing it.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's gotta be
they
good.
reference him in the movie too, don't they?
Probably. Yes. Oh yeah. There's that one part. I don't even care if Spielberg's the one directing it. Yeah.
Yeah, Lady Hawk. They were talking about.
Oh, I love Lady Hawk. You know, when H was giving him so much crap for that, I'm like, that movie's amazing. How could you give him crap for that? And then when he gets to the first gate and they're blaring the Lady Hawk music, I was like, that's right.
So who do you see in the roles? Do you have a? And did you picture
know.
anybody? I just pictured a bunch of like unknowns.
That's
Yeah.
kind of what I was picturing too, and I think I would prefer it that way, so I don't have like expectations of how it's gonna go.
Well,
Yeah.
who's the kid? Who's the kid that did Juno and?
Michael Cera.
Yes, I could see Michael Cera playing Wade pretty easily.
I guess
He's got
I
that,
guess I
or
could,
Seth
but-
Rogen, like a very young Seth Rogen. But yeah, they're probably gonna
I
cast.
still think that they would have to be like unknowns.
Well, yeah, because they're
Yeah.
like 1820s tops. So
I know. Everybody that like all of the actors that I love, we're all
they're just
so
getting old.
I don't know any of the new people now. The young.
Me either.
Oh, Will Wheaton. Yeah, I guess he is a.
He was
a
mentioned
little
in the
old.
book too. They have a Wheaton Island or a planet, didn't they?
Yeah.
He was also one of the shareholders for GSS that basically kept things running smoothly and free for everybody.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Wade. Yeah, I could see that.
I'll have to look him up.
He's a cutie. I like him.
Yes, he is.
Well, Wheaton also does the audiobook of this one, right? Yeah, I think he does.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
was
I
just
think I'm
thinking,
listening to
like,
it.
was that did they mention him so much in the book just to like because they were fans of his or because he was a participant? Did he have anything to do with it?
What, Wheaton?
Yeah.
The guy's just the self-proclaimed king of nerds, so I'm sure it was just a hat tip.
Just want to add that Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Everybody says that my boyfriend without a beard looks like him. I just want to put that out there. And that's all I'm
Let's
gonna say.
see. Oh my gosh. I actually looked up MTV, who they want to play. Let's see.
Oh,
Wade.
Oh, I love him. I could see him in there.
Let's see. Wade. They want the guy from Nicholas Holt from Warm Bodies. For Artemis, they want Gina Rodriguez.
I don't even know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
Ugh.